Your success is built on the small choices you make every day. Win the day, win your future. The difference between winners and losers is not talent. It's the habits they build every single day. What if I told you that the difference between success and failure comes down to your daily habits? What if the reason you haven't reached your full potential yet isn't because you're not capable, but because you haven't built the right habits? Think about it. Every successful person you admire has habits that push them forward. They don't rely on luck. They don't wait for motivation. They don't leave their future to chance. They have routines, discipline, and a way of living that keeps them on the path to success. Now ask yourself, are your habits helping you or hurting you? Are you making choices every day that bring you closer to your goals? Or are you stuck in routines that hold you back? The truth is, your future is being shaped by what you do right now. Your success depends on the habits you build and the habits you eliminate. And if you don't take control of them, they will take control of you. In this video, I'm going to break down the habits that will change your life. These are the habits that separate those who win from those who stay stuck. These are the habits that will make you stronger, sharper, and more disciplined. If you want more out of life, if you want success, confidence, and the ability to take control of your future, you need to start building these habits today. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what you need to change and how to start winning in life. Let's dive in. Number 1, build habits that make you stronger every single day. Success is not about luck. It's not about who has the best opportunities or who knows the right people. It's about what you do every single day. Your daily habits determine whether you become strong or whether you stay weak, whether you rise or whether you remain stuck. That's the truth. And the good news, you have full control over this. If you want to be successful, you must build habits that make you stronger every single day. Not once in a while, not when you feel motivated, every single day. Because life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Life will test you, push you, and challenge you. And if you don't build the right habits, you won't be strong enough to handle the pressure. The problem with most people is that they wait for change to come from the outside. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for things to get easier. But life doesn't work that way. If you want to be strong, you have to make yourself strong. And that starts with what you do every day. Think about this. If you spend your days watching meaningless content, complaining about your problems, and avoiding responsibility, what kind of person do you become? Weak, unfocused, stuck. But if you wake up every day and push yourself to grow, to learn, to improve, what happens? You become stronger, more disciplined, more confident. That's how success is built. You don't get strong by accident. You don't get successful by luck. It happens through the small choices you make daily. Every habit you build is either making you stronger or making you weaker. And you must decide which direction you are moving in. Now let's talk about discipline, because without discipline, nothing changes. You can have big dreams, big goals, big ideas, but if you don't have the discipline to follow through, none of it matters. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. That's what separates winners from everyone else. Most people avoid discipline because it feels uncomfortable. They don't want to wake up early. They don't want to exercise. They don't want to read or work on their skills. They just want results without the effort. But success doesn't work that way. You must be willing to do the hard things, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's painful, because that's how you get strong. The truth is, discipline is a habit. And just like any habit, it takes time to build. But once you build it, it becomes who you are. You don't have to think about it. You just do it. That's when everything changes. Start small. You don't need to transform your entire life overnight. Just begin with simple, daily actions. Read for 10 minutes. Exercise for a short time. Wake up a little earlier. Take control of your time. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. And if you stay consistent, you will see results. Now here's something you must understand. As you build strong habits, you must also get rid of the weak ones, because bad habits will destroy your success faster than anything else. If you keep wasting time on distractions, you are training yourself to be weak. If you keep making excuses, you are training yourself to fail. If you surround yourself with negative people, you are setting yourself up for failure. You must remove anything that is making you weaker. It won't be easy. You will have days when you don't feel like doing it. You will have moments when doubt creeps in. But this is where strength is built. When you push through, even when it's hard, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. And once you realize that, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Success is a choice. You either choose to build strong habits, or you choose to stay the same. But remember this, every habit you build today is shaping your future. So if you want to change your life, you must start now, not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, because the habits you build today will determine where you end up tomorrow. So take control, be disciplined, do what needs to be done, and don't stop until you become the person you are meant to be. Number 2, eliminate every habit that is destroying your future. If you want success, if you want a better life, if you want to become the best version of yourself, then you have to eliminate every habit that is destroying your future. You can't keep doing the same things and expect a different result. You can't keep holding on to habits that weaken you and still hope to be strong. That's not how it works. The biggest problem people have is that they want success, but they refuse to change. They want to win, but they keep doing things that make them lose. They want to be disciplined, but they live in a way that destroys discipline, and they wonder why they feel stuck. They wonder why nothing is working. It's because they are still attached to the habits that are holding them back. Take a good look at your life right now. Think about the things you do every single day. Are those things making you better or worse? Are they moving you forward or pulling you backward? Because every habit you have is either pushing you towards success or dragging you away from it. There is no in-between. You have to face the truth. You have to be real with yourself. Are you spending hours every day on meaningless distractions? Are you filling your mind with negativity? Are you constantly making excuses for why you can't take action? These are the habits that will keep you broke. They will keep you weak. They will keep you in the same place while time keeps moving forward. And before you know it, years will pass, and you'll still be exactly where you are right now. The worst thing about bad habits is that they don't seem like a big deal at first. Skipping one workout doesn't seem like a problem. Wasting 1 hour scrolling on your phone doesn't seem like much. Procrastinating for one more day doesn't feel like it will change anything. But the truth is, these small choices add up. They create momentum. And before you know it, they shape your entire life. That's why you must take this seriously. You have to be aggressive about eliminating bad habits. You have to be disciplined about what you allow into your daily routine, because your future depends on it. Think about this. If you had to go to war and fight for your life, would you carry extra weight that slows you down? Would you hold on to things that make you weaker? No, you wouldn't. You would drop anything that puts you at risk, because your survival depends on it. That's the mindset you need. If a habit is making you weak, if it is keeping you from becoming who you are meant to be, then it has to go. No excuses. No second chances. It won't be easy. Bad habits feel comfortable. They give you temporary pleasure. They make life feel easier in the moment. But that comfort is an illusion. Because in the long run, bad habits will cost you everything. They will cost you your health, your time, your confidence, and your success. They will make you settle for a life far below your potential. So let's make this simple. Start with awareness. Pay attention to what you do every day. Notice the patterns. What is wasting your time? What is stealing your focus? What is keeping you from taking action? Once you see it, you can't ignore it. You have to make a decision. Next, take control. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the right moment. Just take action. If social media is ruining your focus, cut it down. If negativity is filling your mind, stop feeding it. If you are surrounding yourself with people who bring you down, step away. You don't need permission to improve your life. You just need the courage to make the right choices. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. It will feel strange. You might even feel like something is missing. That's normal. Your mind is used to the old habits. It will try to pull you back, but you have to push through. You have to remind yourself why you are doing this. You are doing this because your future matters. You are doing this because you refuse to stay weak. You are doing this because you are ready to become someone who wins. And here's the most important thing. You must replace bad habits with good ones. You can't just eliminate a habit and leave an empty space. If you stop wasting time, use that time for something productive. If you stop consuming negative content, fill your mind with something positive. If you stop making excuses, replace them with action. This is how you break free. This is how you rebuild yourself into a stronger person. The truth is, most people will never do this. They will stay trapped in their bad habits. They will keep making the same mistakes. They will keep wondering why their life isn't changing. But that doesn't have to be you. You have a choice. You can decide right now that you are done with the things that are holding you back. You can decide that you will no longer allow bad habits to control your future. Number 3. Wake up early and take control of your morning. There is something powerful about taking control of your morning. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up late, rushing, already feeling behind, your entire day feels out of control. But if you wake up early, take charge, and create a strong routine, you build momentum that carries you forward. Success doesn't start in the middle of the day. It starts the moment you open your eyes. A lot of people underestimate this. They think mornings don't matter. They wake up with no plan, hit the snooze button again and again, and waste the first few hours doing nothing important. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they have no motivation, why they always seem to be behind in life. The truth is, they are losing the battle. The moment they wake up, they are letting the day control them instead of taking control of the day. If you look at the most successful people in the world, you'll see one thing in common. They all take their mornings seriously. They don't sleep in and hope for the best. They don't wake up and scroll through their phones for an hour. They don't waste their first thoughts on negativity. No, they wake up with a purpose. They wake up with energy. They wake up knowing that what they do in those early hours will set them up for success. Think about it. When you wake up early, when you start the day strong, you feel different. Your mind is clear. You have time to think. You have time to prepare. You are not reacting to life. You are leading it. That changes everything. You walk into your day with confidence instead of stress. You move with purpose instead of hesitation. You feel in control instead of overwhelmed. And that feeling, that sense of control, that's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Some people will say, but I'm not a morning person. Let me tell you something. Success doesn't care. Discipline doesn't care. Your future doesn't care if you like mornings or not. What matters is whether you are willing to take control. What matters is whether you are willing to build the habits that will make you better. And waking up early is one of those habits. It's not just about waking up early for the sake of it. It's about what you do with that time. You don't wake up early just to sit around. You wake up early to get ahead. You wake up early to put yourself in a strong position before the rest of the world even starts moving. That is how you gain an edge. When you wake up early, you have time for yourself. You have time to work on your mind, to work on your body, to work on your goals. You are not in a rush. You are not distracted. It's just you and the work that needs to be done. That is a powerful thing. You can use that time to exercise, to read, to plan your day, to focus on your goals, to get something meaningful done before anyone else even wakes up. That kind of discipline builds confidence. It builds momentum. It makes you feel unstoppable. And that feeling will carry you through the rest of the day. Think about how most people wake up. They hit the snooze button 5 times. They get up at the last minute. They rush to get ready. They are already stressed before the day even begins. No plan, no direction, no control. And then they wonder why they feel lost. They wonder why they don't have the energy to go after their goals. They wonder why they feel stuck in life. It all starts in the morning. If you can win the morning, you can win the day. That's the truth. It's not about waking up at some exact time. It's not about following someone else's perfect morning routine. It's about having discipline. It's about deciding that your mornings matter. It's about taking that time and using it to make yourself stronger. This is not something that happens overnight. You won't just suddenly become a morning person. But you can start making changes today. You can set your alarm a little earlier. You can stop hitting snooze. You can create a routine that puts you in control. And once you start doing this, once you start seeing the difference it makes, you'll never want to go back. Because when you take control of your morning, you take control of your life. You stop wasting time. You stop making excuses. You stop feeling like life is just happening to you. Instead, you make things happen. Instead, you build habits that lead to success. Instead, you become the kind of person who is always moving forward. And that's what this is about. It's not just about waking up early. It's about setting yourself up to win. It's about creating a structure that makes success inevitable. It's about being the kind of person who is always ready, always prepared, always ahead. That is how you build a life you can be proud of. That is how you make sure every single day counts. Number 4, discipline yourself to do hard things without excuses. There will always be something in your way. There will always be an excuse, a reason to put things off, a way to justify not taking action. But the people who succeed, they don't let those excuses stop them. They don't sit around waiting for the perfect time. They don't wait until they feel like it. They discipline themselves to do the hard things. No matter what, that is what separates the winners from everyone else. Not talent, not luck, not some secret formula. It's discipline. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it would be easier to quit. That's the difference between those who win and those who don't. It's not about how smart you are or how gifted you are. It's about whether you have the discipline to push yourself when most people would stop. Most people don't like discomfort. Most people avoid hard things. They put things off. They tell themselves they'll do it later. They wait for motivation to show up. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. Motivation comes and goes. You can't wait for it. You have to build the discipline to take action, even when you don't feel like it. Because if you only work when you feel like it, you'll never get anywhere. Think about this. How many times have you told yourself you were going to do something, but then you didn't? How many times have you made a plan, but then made an excuse? You were too tired. You didn't have enough time. You weren't in the right mood. And then what happened? Nothing. Nothing changed. Nothing got better. Because every time you let an excuse win, you lose. Every time you let an excuse stop you, you stay exactly where you are. And if you keep doing that, you will never get ahead. The people who succeed in life, they don't let that happen. They don't sit around waiting for motivation. They don't wait until they feel ready. They do what needs to be done. No matter what, they train themselves to take action, even when they're tired, even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like it. And because they do that, they keep moving forward while everyone else stays stuck. If you want to change your life, you have to stop making excuses. You have to stop waiting for things to be easy. You have to stop looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. There is only discipline. There is only showing up every single day and doing the work, even when it's uncomfortable. That's how you grow. That's how you improve. That's how you win. It's not going to be easy. That's the reality. There will be days when you don't feel like it. There will be days when everything in you wants to quit. There will be days when you tell yourself, maybe I'll start tomorrow. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the winners from the quitters. Because discipline is not about doing the easy things. Discipline is about doing the hard things. When you wake up and don't feel like working out, do it anyway. When you sit down to work and feel distracted, focus anyway. When you are tired and don't want to keep going, push yourself anyway. That is the mindset that creates success. That is the mindset that builds champions. Nobody is born disciplined. Discipline is something you build, something you train. The more you push yourself to do hard things, the stronger you become. The more you force yourself to take action, the easier it gets. And eventually, discipline becomes who you are. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to fight yourself every time. You just do what needs to be done, no matter what. And when you get to that point, that's when everything changes. That's when you stop making excuses. That's when you stop waiting for motivation. That's when you start seeing real progress, real results, real success. Because now, you're not controlled by your emotions. You're not controlled by your feelings. You're controlled by your commitment. You're controlled by your discipline. And that kind of control, that's what makes you unstoppable. Think about this. If you only did what was easy, where would you be right now? If you only worked when you felt like it, how much would you have achieved? If you only pushed yourself when things were convenient, how strong would you be? The answer is obvious. You would be stuck. You would be the same person you were yesterday, and the day before that, and the year before that. If you want to break out of that cycle, you have to do what most people won't do. You have to discipline yourself to take action. No matter what. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more letting discomfort stop you. And here's the truth. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment when everything is easy. If you're waiting for that, you're wasting time. The only way to move forward is to take action. Now, the only way to grow is to do what's hard. The only way to win is to stop making excuses and start making progress. Number 5. Feed your mind with knowledge that sharpens your thinking. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It can work for you, or it can work against you. It can lift you up, or it can hold you back. It all depends on what you feed it. If you fill your mind with negativity, doubt, and distractions, you will struggle. You will hesitate. You will question yourself. But if you feed your mind with knowledge, wisdom, and ideas that sharpen your thinking, you will grow. You will become stronger. You will make better decisions. Think about the difference between a person who spends hours scrolling through meaningless content and a person who spends that same time reading, learning, and improving their mind. One person is filling their head with distractions, noise, and nonsense. The other person is sharpening their skills, strengthening their thinking, and preparing themselves for success. The difference in results is massive. One person is stuck in the same place year after year, while the other person is constantly improving, constantly growing, constantly moving forward. What you put into your mind shapes the way you think, and the way you think shapes the way you live. If you allow negativity, fear, and doubt to take over, that's exactly how your life will feel. Negative, fearful, and full of doubt. But if you train your mind to focus on growth, on solutions, on opportunities, you will see the world differently. You will think differently. You will act differently. And that will change everything. The truth is, most people don't think about what they feed their minds. They don't stop to question what they are consuming every day. They fill their heads with negativity from the news, with drama from social media, with endless entertainment that doesn't add any value to their lives. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they feel overwhelmed, why they can't seem to move forward. But if you look at the people who are successful, the people who are focused, the people who are winning in life, they don't waste time on things that don't help them grow. They don't let distractions control their minds. They are intentional about what they feed their minds. They read books that challenge them. They listen to ideas that push them to think bigger. They study the habits of people who have achieved great things. They constantly sharpen their thinking, because they know that the quality of their mind determines the quality of their life. If you want to change your life, you have to change what you put into your mind. Stop filling your head with distractions and nonsense. Stop letting negativity take up space in your mind. Be intentional about what you consume. Read books that teach you something valuable. Listen to people who inspire you and challenge you. Surround yourself with ideas that help you grow. The more you do this, the sharper your thinking will become. And the sharper your thinking becomes, the better your decisions will be. Every decision you make is a reflection of the way you think. If your thinking is weak, your decisions will be weak. If your thinking is clouded with fear and doubt, your actions will be hesitant and uncertain. But if your thinking is strong, if your mind is sharp, your decisions will be clear, confident, and powerful. That's why sharpening your mind is not just a good idea. It is necessary. It is the key to success. It is what separates those who win from those who don't. Most people make decisions based on emotion, based on fear, based on what feels comfortable in the moment. But people who sharpen their minds, people who train themselves to think clearly and strategically, they don't get controlled by emotion. They don't let fear make their decisions for them. They think things through. They see the bigger picture. They make choices based on logic, not just feelings. And that's why they get ahead. If you want to sharpen your mind, you have to challenge yourself. You have to seek knowledge. You have to read, study, learn, and grow every single day. You can't afford to waste time filling your head with things that don't help you. You have to be disciplined about what you allow into your mind. You have to make it a habit to feed your mind with knowledge that makes you stronger. This is not something you do once in a while. This is something you do every single day. Just like you need to feed your body with healthy food to stay strong, you need to feed your mind with healthy information to stay sharp. Every day ask yourself, what did I learn today? What did I do to improve my thinking? How did I challenge myself to grow? If you can't answer those questions, you are not sharpening your mind the way you should be. The people who succeed in life are the people who never stop learning. They never stop growing. They never stop challenging themselves. They don't waste time on things that don't matter. They don't fill their heads with distractions. They are always feeding their minds with ideas, knowledge, and wisdom that help them get better. And that is the difference between winning and losing. It is not about luck. It is not about talent. It is about how you train your mind. It is about what you choose to focus on. It is about the habits you build every day. Number 6, surround yourself with people who push you higher. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you up or pull you down. They will either push you towards success or keep you stuck where you are. This is one of the most important truths in life. You cannot expect to rise higher if you are constantly around people who drag you down. If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, you have to make sure you are surrounding yourself with people who push you higher, people who challenge you, people who inspire you, people who bring out the best in you. Most people don't pay attention to this. They don't stop to think about the influence their environment has on them. They assume that the people they spend time with don't affect them. But the truth is, they do, more than you realize. If you spend your time with negative people, people who complain, people who make excuses, you will start to think the same way. You will start to adopt the same mindset. You will start to see the world the way they see it. And before you know it, you will be stuck in the same place they are. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, people who are focused, people who are working hard to become better, then you will start to think differently. You will start to feel more motivated. You will start to push yourself harder, because when you see other people striving for more, it inspires you to do the same. It pushes you to reach for more. It makes you believe that success is possible. Take a look at the people you spend the most time with. Are they pushing you higher, or are they holding you back? Do they challenge you to be better, or do they make you feel comfortable staying the same? This is not about judging others. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about recognizing whether your environment is helping you grow or keeping you stuck. You don't have to cut people out of your life, but you do have to be intentional about who you spend the most time with. If you are serious about success, you need to be around people who are on the same path, people who are working towards something bigger, people who have a strong mindset, a strong work ethic, a strong desire to win, because their energy will push you to be better. Their mindset will rub off on you. Their ambition will fuel your own. Look at successful people. Look at winners. They don't waste time around people who bring them down. They don't allow negativity to take over their lives. They are intentional about who they let into their circle, because they understand that the right environment is everything. If you want to grow, you have to put yourself in an environment that supports your growth. Think about it. If you spend time around people who are always complaining, always making excuses, always talking about why things won't work, what happens? You start to think the same way. You start to feel drained. You start to doubt yourself. But if you spend time around people who are focused, disciplined, and committed to success, you start to think bigger. You start to believe in yourself more. You start to push harder, because the people around you influence your mindset. They influence your energy. They influence your habits. If you want to reach the next level, you have to be willing to make changes. You have to be willing to distance yourself from negativity. You have to be willing to say no to people who drain your energy. And you have to be willing to seek out people who will challenge you, people who will hold you accountable, people who will push you to keep going even when you feel like quitting. This is not always easy. Sometimes the people holding you back are people you have known for a long time. Sometimes they are friends, family, people who care about you but don't see the vision you have for your life. And that can be tough. But you have to ask yourself, what do I want more, comfort or growth? Because you can't have both. Growth requires change. Growth requires stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth requires making hard choices. And one of the hardest choices is deciding who you allow into your life. But it is one of the most important choices you will ever make, because the people around you shape who you become. Start being intentional about your environment. Start paying attention to the people you spend time with. Ask yourself, are they helping me grow? Are they challenging me? Are they pushing me to be better? If the answer is no, then it's time to make a change. It's time to seek out people who will support your growth, people who will encourage you, people who will push you higher. You don't have to do this overnight, but you do have to start. You do have to be aware of the influence your environment has on you. And you do have to make the decision to surround yourself with winners, because the people around you will either push you forward or hold you back. And if you want to succeed, if you want to grow, if you want to become the best version of yourself, then you have to be around people who push you higher. That is the key to success. Number 7, master self-control and stop letting emotions control you. Self-control is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. If you can control yourself, you can control your life. But if you let your emotions control you, you will always struggle. Most people live their lives reacting to everything. Something happens, and they immediately respond without thinking. They get angry, they get frustrated, they make impulsive decisions, and then they regret it later. They let their emotions run the show, and that keeps them stuck. If you want to be successful, you have to learn how to master self-control. That means not letting your emotions dictate your actions. That means staying calm when things don't go your way. That means thinking before you act, before you speak, before you make a decision that could cost you. Too many people let small moments of frustration ruin their entire day. They let one bad experience make them lose focus. They allow emotions to take over, and in doing so, they sabotage their own progress. You have to train yourself to stay in control. It's not about ignoring your emotions. It's about managing them. It's about understanding that just because you feel something doesn't mean you have to act on it. You can feel angry without yelling. You can feel frustrated without quitting. You can feel hurt without seeking revenge. That is self-control. That is power. Think about the times in your life when you reacted emotionally and made a decision you later regretted. Maybe you said something in the heat of the moment that damaged a relationship. Maybe you made a choice out of frustration that cost you an opportunity. Maybe you quit something too soon because you let doubt take over. If you had stayed in control, how different would things have been? The ability to master your emotions is what separates winners from everyone else. Look at the people who succeed in life. They don't let emotions dictate their decisions. They don't make impulsive choices. They stay calm under pressure. They think clearly even when things are difficult. They have trained themselves to stay in control, no matter what happens. This is something you have to work on every day, because life will test you. People will test you. Situations will arise that challenge your patience, your discipline, your focus. And if you are not in control of yourself, you will keep falling into the same traps. You will keep making the same mistakes. You will keep letting emotions pull you away from your goals. Start practicing self-control in small ways. When something upsets you, pause before you react. When you feel the urge to say something out of frustration, take a deep breath and think before you speak. When you feel like quitting because things are difficult, remind yourself why you started. The more you do this, the stronger you become. The more you practice self-control, the more powerful you will feel. You have to remember that emotions are temporary. Feelings come and go, but the decisions you make in those moments can have long-term consequences. If you let anger control you, you might destroy relationships that could have been repaired. If you let fear control you, you might miss out on opportunities that could change your life. If you let doubt control you, you might never reach your full potential. The goal is not to suppress your emotions. The goal is to manage them, to recognize them, understand them, but not let them dictate your actions. That takes awareness. That takes discipline. That takes commitment. But if you can develop this habit, you will gain an advantage in life that most people never will. Look at the most successful people in the world. They are not the ones who react emotionally to everything. They are the ones who stay calm under pressure. They are the ones who make decisions based on logic, not impulse. They are the ones who have trained themselves to remain in control, no matter what happens. That is the level you need to get to if you want to succeed. Think about all the areas in your life where you need more self-control. Maybe it's in your habits. Maybe it's in your relationships. Maybe it's in the way you handle stress. Whatever it is, commit to working on it. Commit to staying in control, even when it's hard. Commit to being the kind of person who does not let emotions dictate their life. This will take time. You won't master self-control overnight. But every time you choose discipline over impulse, you get stronger. Every time you decide to think before reacting, you become more powerful. Every time you take control of your emotions instead of letting them control you, you move closer to success. This is what separates those who win from those who struggle. This is what allows people to stay focused, stay disciplined, stay committed. If you want to be in control of your future, you must first learn to be in control of yourself. That is the foundation of success. That is what will push you to the next level. Number 8, stay consistent with your goals no matter what happens. Success is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day, no matter what happens. Consistency is the difference between those who reach their goals and those who fall short. It's easy to be motivated for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but can you keep going when you don't feel like it? Can you push yourself when you're tired, when life gets tough, when things don't go as planned? That's the real test. Most people start something with excitement, but that excitement fades. They go to the gym for a week, then quit. They start working on a dream, but after a few setbacks, they stop. They make a promise to themselves to improve. But as soon as life throws a challenge their way, they give up. They let circumstances dictate their actions, instead of staying committed no matter what. And that's why they never see results. You have to be different. You have to be the kind of person who shows up every day, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you're not in the mood. It doesn't matter if things are hard. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment to take action. They take action every day. And that's why they succeed. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have achieved incredible things. Do you think they only worked when they felt like it? Do you think they only pushed themselves when it was convenient? No. They showed up when they were tired. They worked hard when no one was watching. They kept going even when progress was slow. And because of that, they won. Success is built in the moments when no one is watching. It's built in the times when you push through, even when it's hard, when you stick to your routine, even when you don't feel like it. When you stay focused on your goals, even when life tries to pull you in another direction. Those small daily actions add up. Every workout, every study session, every hour you put into your craft, it all counts. It may not feel like much in the moment, but over time it makes all the difference. The problem is that most people get discouraged when they don't see results right away. They expect instant success. They want quick rewards. And when things take longer than expected, they lose motivation. But the truth is, the most valuable things in life take time. If you quit too soon, you'll never know how close you were to a breakthrough. That's why you must stay consistent, no matter what. You have to commit to showing up every day, even when progress is slow. Because progress is not always obvious. Some days, it might feel like you're not moving forward at all. But every effort you put in, every small step you take, is building something bigger. Your consistency is shaping your future, even when you don't see it yet. There will be days when you don't feel like doing the work. Days when doubt creeps in. Days when you feel like giving up. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started. That's when you have to push yourself even harder. If you only work when it's easy, you will never reach your potential. If you stop when things get tough, you will never know what you're truly capable of. Winners don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. They don't let emotions control their actions. They don't make excuses. They take responsibility for their success. And they do the work every day. That's why they stand out. That's why they achieve what others don't. Look at your own life right now. Are you staying consistent with your goals? Are you putting in the work every day? Or are you letting excuses get in the way? If you've been stopping and starting, if you've been waiting for motivation, it's time to change that. Decide today that you will show up every day, no matter what. Decide that you will push yourself, even when it's hard. Decide that you will be the person who stays consistent until you win. Your future is being built right now. The work you do today, the effort you put in, the choices you make, they all matter. Stay committed, stay focused, stay consistent. No matter what happens, keep going. Because the ones who keep going, they are the ones who succeed. Number 9. Take massive action every day to change your life. Taking action is the only way to change your life. You can have the best ideas. You can have the biggest dreams. You can plan and prepare all day long. But nothing will change until you move. Action is what separates people who succeed from those who stay stuck. It's easy to sit and think about what you want. It's easy to talk about it. But the question is, what are you doing about it? Are you taking massive action every single day? Or are you waiting for the perfect moment? Most people spend their time waiting. They wait for the right opportunity. They wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect conditions. And because of that, they never start. They stay in the same place year after year, wondering why nothing is changing. The truth is, nothing will ever be perfect. There will always be challenges. There will always be obstacles. But successful people don't wait. They don't sit around hoping for things to get easier. They take action now. They work with what they have. They figure things out along the way. You have to start before you feel ready. You have to take that first step, even if you don't have all the answers. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to move. The biggest mistake people make is thinking too much and doing too little. They let fear stop them. They let doubt hold them back. They tell themselves they need more time. And in the end, they do nothing. They waste months, even years, just thinking about what they want instead of doing something to get it. Every day that you delay is a day wasted. Every excuse you make is keeping you from your goals. You have to get up and take action now. No matter how small, no matter how uncertain you feel, do something that moves you forward. Because once you start, you build momentum. And when you build momentum, everything becomes easier. Think about where you are right now. If you're not happy with your life, ask yourself, what are you doing about it? Are you making excuses? Or are you making progress? Are you spending your time complaining? Or are you taking action? You can't sit around waiting for change. You have to create it. The people who succeed are the ones who refuse to wait. They take responsibility. They stop blaming circumstances. They stop blaming their past. They decide that no matter what, they will take action every single day. Taking massive action means doing more than the average person. It means going all in. It means putting in the effort every single day, even when you don't see immediate results. Most people quit when things get tough. They try for a little while, and when they don't see quick success, they stop. But that's not how success works. You have to keep going. You have to be relentless. You have to show up every day, no matter what. Some days will be hard. Some days you will feel like giving up. But that's when you have to push yourself even harder. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. If you stop now, you will never know how close you were to success. If you give up, you will always wonder what could have been. You have to be willing to put in the work when no one is watching. You have to keep going when it's uncomfortable, when it's challenging, when it feels like nothing is happening. Because every step you take, every action you take, is getting you closer. Success is not about one big moment. It's about the little things you do every day. It's about the habits you build, the decisions you make, the effort you put in when no one is clapping for you. Look at your life right now. What are you waiting for? What have you been putting off? What excuse have you been telling yourself? It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop hesitating. Take action today. Do something that moves you forward. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. Do something that forces you to grow. Because every time you take action, you get stronger. Every time you push yourself, you get better. And before you know it, you will look back and realize just how far you've come. Number 10. Push through discomfort and grow beyond your limits. Discomfort is something most people run away from. They avoid anything that feels difficult, anything that requires extra effort, anything that forces them to face their weaknesses. But here's the truth. The only way to grow is by pushing through discomfort. The only way to become stronger, better, and more successful is by stepping into situations that challenge you. If you want to stay the same, keep avoiding discomfort. But if you want to become the best version of yourself, you have to learn to embrace it. Growth does not come from doing what's easy. It doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from pushing yourself beyond what you think you can handle. It comes from showing up even when you don't feel like it. It comes from facing situations that make you nervous, scared, or uncertain. And if you avoid those moments, if you take the easy path every time, you will never reach your full potential. That's the simple truth most people don't want to hear. They want success to be easy. They want results without effort. They want to change without struggle. But that's not how life works. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have built something meaningful, the ones who have reached a high level of success. None of them got there by staying comfortable. They all had to push through difficult times. They all had to deal with setbacks, failures, and moments where they wanted to quit. But they kept going. They kept pushing through the discomfort. And that's why they succeeded. Most people stop the moment things get hard. They start a new habit, and when it gets uncomfortable, they quit. They set a goal, and when obstacles show up, they give up. They try to improve their lives, but as soon as it feels challenging, they go back to their old ways. And then they wonder why nothing ever changes. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard, your life will become easier over time. The people who succeed are the ones who train themselves to be comfortable with discomfort. They understand that growth only happens when they push themselves beyond their limits. When you go to the gym, the only way to get stronger is by lifting more than you're used to. If you always lift the same weight, your muscles won't grow. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you keep doing what's easy, you will stay the same. But if you push yourself, if you challenge yourself, if you put yourself in situations that force you to adapt, you will grow. Look at your own life. Where have you been avoiding discomfort? What habits have you been putting off because they feel too hard? What goals have you abandoned because they required too much effort? What dreams have you ignored because they seemed too challenging? The truth is, everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. The success you want, the confidence you want, the strength you want, it all comes from pushing yourself past your current limits. The reason most people never reach their full potential is that they never push hard enough. They stop when things get tough. They slow down when they feel resistance. They make excuses instead of making progress. But if you want to be different, if you want to be great, you have to push through those moments. You have to train yourself to keep going when your mind is telling you to stop. Because once you break through that discomfort, you will realize something powerful. You are capable of more than you ever thought. Think about all the times in your life when you pushed through something difficult. Maybe it was a tough situation at work. Maybe it was a personal challenge. Maybe it was a time when you had to keep going, even when you felt exhausted. And yet, you made it through. You proved to yourself that you could handle more than you expected. That's the power of pushing through discomfort. Every time you do it, you get stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you build more confidence. And the more you do it, the more unstoppable you become. It's not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If success came without struggle, everyone would be successful. But the reason only a few people reach the top is that only a few people are willing to push through discomfort. Only a few people are willing to wake up early, to put in extra work, to keep going when they feel tired. Only a few people are willing to step into the unknown, to face their fears, to challenge themselves daily. You have to decide what kind of person you want to be. Do you want to be the person who gives up when things get tough? Do you want to be the person who stays comfortable and never grows? Or do you want to be the person who keeps pushing forward, no matter what? Because the moment you commit to pushing through discomfort, your life will change. You will stop making excuses. You will stop waiting for the right time. You will start taking action, even when it feels hard. And that is when real growth happens. Look at your life right now. What is one thing you know you need to do, but you've been avoiding because it's uncomfortable? Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's working harder. Maybe it's facing a fear. Whatever it is, make the decision today to push through. Make the decision to stop avoiding the hard things. Make the decision to step into discomfort and grow beyond your limits. Because that's the only way you will ever reach the life you truly want.